You know, it will be not only tough to solve this puzzle, but even hard to scramble it. What should we do here? It's not clear at all, guys. The edges do not turn, come on! Damn, it's so difficult, But interesting. To solve this kind of puzzle, you really have to do your best. Jared, help! Hey everyone, I'm Cubastic. I incredibly love puzzles. And just look at what's on my table today. Initially, it may seem just a bit unusual, strange and pointless Rubik's Cube. But friends, in addition to this puzzle, there is also such a bunch of colored plastic parts. And now I want to reveal to you the secret of this puzzle and tell you why I was incredibly interested in it. This thing is called DIY 3x3 Bandage Cube. I think it's clear what is 3x3, DIY also not really needs to be explained. What is bandage? Bandage is, roughly speaking, a cube in which it is possible to fix some of the edges. As you can see from this huge set of elements, basically this is a constructor, there are various plastic inserts that can cover only one element, those that can combine two elements together and thereby fix the edge, and this will be complicated to solve. There are also details here that completely cover three elements, and we cannot rotate the cube in this direction at all, only in this, until we turn. And there are some crazy cool details that fit 4 elements in a square. And as many as 6 elements, almost the entire side is closed. So you can just imagine what a huge variety of puzzles can be done thanks to this set that I have on my desk today. I must say, fellas, this cube is a real rarity. This is a treasure because it was created in the early 2000s, a long time ago. Now it is super difficult to get it, there are few places where you can find it at all, it's just antiques, guys. But thank goodness there is my favorite puzzle store called thecubicle.com. You all know about it because I have repeatedly shared my impressions of the perfect service and excellent assortment with you. So look, I found this cube at thecubicle.com. It seems incredible, and now it's on my table. By the way, guys, I will definitely leave a link to this cube in the description under this video. Believe me, this cube is worth your attention, and now you will understand why. Also, do not forget that a special promo code Cubastic awaits you, which guarantees a discount on your order. So let's deal with this unordinary puzzle. Let's go! So guys, from a huge variety of all different cubes of varying complexity, I'm going to start with the most more or less simple. Let's fix it. Let's make a regular Rubik's Cube 3x3 but with the fixation of one block. Let's block the 2x2x2 element. It turns out that on each side there will be a regular Rubik's Cube, but will be impossible to turn this element in it. Now I will immediately show you schematically how it will look. This is how it will look. So, white, red, and here it means we should have blue. This will be an ordinary Rubik's Cube in which I will block this element, this segment of the cube. And thus we will only turn the sides around it, but not the sides that intersect with it. This will complicate the solving. Let's see how much more difficult it will be for me to solve the cube in this position. Let's finish our construction. I think we can call it like that. Guys, you know, I'm now solving this constructor and I feel great, lots of positive emotions. I remember being a child and I was collecting Lego. Now the feeling is somehow comparable to this, something similar. And I'm entirely happy, just like a kid. But folks, I'm sure that my joy will end when I create something as complex as possible out of all these elements. And it is unlikely to succeed, it is tough to solve, but the even bigger difficulty is in scrambling. Well, more on that later. Now we're doing a simple version, just for example, so that you understand what we are dealing with. So we have the last orange side, we finish it quickly. So on the one hand, this is an ordinary Rubik's Cube, right? Not different. But if we look from the reverse side, we will see that the block is fixed here, and it will be much more difficult already. It will interfere with the solving. We will not be able to execute some algorithms and turn some sides. It turns out, in fact, that we have a bandage cube in which several parts are fixed into one. For example, I can show you another 3x1x1 Rubik's Cube. I made the same cube with my own hands, but this cube was sent to me from Australia by friends. This is exactly the bandage cube. These sides are completely fixed here, see? Also a bandage cube, but this one is really easy to solve. Let's try to solve this puzzle. Well, let's scramble it like an ordinary Rubik's Cube, but as you can see, we cannot rotate all sides. This side doesn't rotate and this. Yeah, it will be interesting. But nevertheless, this is not the most difficult option that can be made from these parts. Let's time it for fun. I'm curious how long this solving takes me. And what do you think? You can write your suggestions in the comments. And by the way, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. In my next video I will show you a bunch of new incredible exhibits from Science Museum. Intrigued? Don't forget to turn on notifications. So, well, let's go! To be honest, I don't even know what and how it will work out. So, here it turns, here too, all sides rotate. Aha, but here I can't no longer use the regular method, I will have to do it a little differently. So, do you see what the difficulty is? We cannot rotate all sides completely. So far I have succeeded, but... oh boy, we're solving it with a timer! You see, so far I'm performing all the algorithms as expected, but as soon as we move on to the PLL, this goes difficult. Well, that's it guys, I can't do anything else. So I didn't think it would be that difficult. How would I solve this then? We need to use the algorithms that do not touch the right and left sides at the same time, or front and back, because they just won't scroll. Let's try to do it as follows. Yes, that's it. I picked up the right algorithm that doesn't affect the back sides. Here is the tricky part. The fact that we cannot rotate some of the parts. Let's try to make the other options. For example, this one. It will be much more difficult. 3 blocks are fixed, and not just one. It seems to me it will make me strain my brain a little. Let's try to do it right now. I remind you that this video is sponsored by the Cubicle.com store. The last 2 pieces are done. So this is what we got. Huh, looks cool. Cool. Look, we have fixed wall 3 blocks already, and this is a 2x1x2 block, it turns out. Here's one. We can rotate this side, but we cannot rotate this side, because it is fixed here. In addition, we cannot rotate the bottom, middle, but only the outer one and top. Moreover, depending on how we change the position of the cube, we will be able to rotate more and more new edges. Yes, it is theoretically possible to solve such thing, but let's try to scramble this miracle. So... Look, this is getting harder, more difficult than I thought. Really more difficult than it seemed at first. So... okay... Right now I can't turn any of the edges at all, except for one. I need to find such a position that at least something rotates here. Finally, it's even difficult to think. Guys, I honestly have a lot of experience in Speedcubing, I solved completely different puzzles, but this thing just blows the brain. Because you turn, yes, you understand how to turn the edges, everyone should be able to do this. All the edges should rotate on the cube, and here the brain breaks down from the fact that something that is usually happening doesn't work. Come on, it's damn, yes, it's so difficult, it's tough, but it's interesting. Oh, finally I got it. Well. Well, now folks, these blocks generally met side by side, and they blocked this huge piece of the cube for us, except for one side. Let's try to solve it. Guys, I say right away, it will take a long time, because it's difficult. So we will use the timer for the sake of interest. You can comment if I can actually figure it out at all. I won't spend a lot of time here, if it doesn't work, then it won't work, but I really hope that I can handle it. So, let's go! Here it comes. So, there's a piece here, and what do we need to do next? Here I have no edge. So, here the invention of a new solving method has begun, because the ordinary formulas simply do not work here. So, better now, and I cannot do this, and this, it is 2, what if I do 1, 2, 3, ow, and that's all, I can't, I'm stuck. Yes, there is, I managed, I solved the first 2 layers, and then how to act here, guys, what we're doing at all? This algorithm implies the rotation of the middle layer, but I simply cannot do this anyway. So I need to solve it somehow so as to skip LL? But this is impossible. This is where the complexity of the puzzle lies. I don't know what to do, and I assure you that such a bandage cube, although it would seem that it is not the most difficult, we have fixed not so many blocks, will at the end take you several minutes, even several hours, in my opinion, the whole day. To solve this kind of puzzle, you really have to try your best. It doesn't work no matter how I try. Yeah, in general, folks, I see no reason now to continue trying to torture myself with the solving of this puzzle. I just showed you an example of how incredible this thing is. How simple this idea is, right? How easy it was to make such a puzzle, but nevertheless, it will really be a super cool test for an already experienced speedcuber. For the sake of curiosity, I'll try to spend a day or 2 on this, and I'll try to solve some cubes, but the most interesting thing is that I can make an infinite number of such Rubik's cubes. Infinite, because I have so many details. I don't know, I'm incredibly happy about this discovery for myself. I'm delighted with the simplicity of this invention, that's why I'm making a video about this thing. I really hope that I also hooked you with it, I hope that you also liked it. Guys, anyway, puzzles are an incredible thing that reveals you in new ways. It teaches you to achieve your goals. Well, for the near future my goal will be to solve this Rubik's Cube, but unfortunately the video is already really long. Therefore I cannot use even more time, I promise I will try to solve it. Keep track of whether I succeed or not on my Instagram. I will definitely upload stories and the progress of my work there, the link will also be in the description. Don't forget to subscribe, because videos are now released regularly twice a week on Tuesdays and Fridays. That was Cubastic and an incredible Rubik's Cube bandage transformer DIY constructor, a super duper complicated thing. Goodbye everyone and have a good time. I was confused, damn, it's really difficult. Well, what can I say more? Jared, need some help.